live at Belmont Park. It is Australia race number 10 for our Singapore viewers. It is over the 1,650 metres, and looking forward to a few little battles in this race. Obviously, Halo Express and Thunderclap Newman have met recently, and then you add in Military Ruler as well, and there's been just those good little battles with the stables as well, McAuliffe and Williams, so it's quite an intriguing race.
Yeah, and then we have the Durant duo right down the bottom in Galaxy Sun, who won again on Wednesday, and Rain Dance Maggie at the low weight. You'd have to think that they're both chances.
I'll do some very easy form for you. Galaxy Sun can't win because I mentioned this on Wednesday at Belmont Park as well. First, third. It was due a win. Third.
Well, that makes it easy for your trifecta tickets.
Put it in your numbers. Let's take a look at the replay last start of Military Ruler. It was a very good performance. Was able to catch the winner, coming back, flew home late to finish second. We'll take a look at that run now.
Military Ruler, a further 3 Moon Search. Now coming back, he pulls him to the outside to set after the leader at the 250. Paris of Troy about to be gobbled up by Military Ruler though. Military Ruler raced alongside of Paris of Troy. Here comes coming back with a brilliant run on the outside, but Military Ruler has a length and a half to 2 on him. Coming back is cutting the margin down brilliantly. The post looms. Too late for coming back. Military Ruler.
I thought that ride of Jordan Turner was first class. He had Paris of Troy leading the race, who was really setting the tempo up, and back in the field was the stablemate of Paris of Troy when coming back. And I think Jordan Turner assessed it perfectly, sat right behind the leader, actually took a bit of cover and really pulled the trigger at the right time, and he just got there, but it was a really intelligent ride.
And I think the 1650s are ideal for this horse. I think the better runs have been over that distance. What about horse number 1, Halo Express? It did beat Thunderclap Newman 2 starts ago. It was obviously on that day much better in the weights, but the way this horse is going, I just can't ride it off again.
No, you can't. Look, Pike has just ridden it perfectly. The barrier's ideal again. It is a career record weight, but last start, I just thought he assessed it brilliantly. But Damajo was actually pinching a really comfortable sectional up front, and Pike moved at the right time to get into that race, and only won by a half length, but it was a great effort.
What about Thunderclap Newman then? Can it turn the tables on Halo Express?
Oh, you'd have to say in the weights and the run it had, yes, but this horse is a problem above 1,500 metres. Only one placing from 6 attempts, and you look at its career strike rate, that's pretty poor when you weigh up everything in this galloper.
We talked about Galaxy Sun, and obviously you know what you're going to get with this horse. It is an honest type. It runs on so strongly. So what about Rain Dance Maggie with Clint Johnson Porter's ride, just at 52 kilos? And again, this is a horse that can sit in any position throughout the run and cause a few problems.
Yeah, I'll give you a stat that will give you about a confidence about this. Rain Dance Maggie has been off a 3-week break 3 times, 3 victories. Getting the queue, and it's carrying 52 kilograms.
There's a few positives here for the Durant stable. Well placed, I think, this horse. Let's take a look at selections. I'm going to be tipping at number 7, Military Ruler. From number 3, Thunderclap Newman. Number 1, Halo Express. And number 10, Rain Dance Maggie.
I'm 7 with you, Military Ruler on top from 10, Rain Dance Maggie. Number 1, Halo Express. And number 5, The Alleged.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park. It is Australia race number 12 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,200 metres, and an interesting race because David Harrison has some very nice runners. Petrol Power been in great form, but we see the return of a very nice type.
Fly Tego was incredibly unlucky last start. It was a returning run. I don't think we really expected too much, but it was a bit stiff, and the 3 Bonitos in career best form, as is the 2 Petrol Power. This horse has been going super at the moment.
And what about the return of Battle Hero?
Oh, sorry, is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sorry.
How could I miss? That one nice and quiet?
How could I miss? I think Battle Hero, this looks like a super chance. 2 listed victories from 6 starts. I cannot wait to see this horse go around again.
It is going to be very hard to beat. Let's take a look at the replay of Petrol Power. Been in very good form. Aaron Mitchell will ride, so just the 57 kilos. Finished second just behind Red Aura last start.
Make the turn locked together with Benito called upon. A length and a half to Fly Tego, Stag Knight, the rail, Petrol Power. And now Pike is starting to wind up. Red Aura coming with his run down the outside. 200 left to go. Red Aura, Petrol Power went to Benito. Mad Hazard can't go on. On the outside, Red Aura from Petrol Power. Pike is lifting Red Aura. The red coats rise, and home he goes. Red Aura has won it.
Yeah, career best form for Petrol Power. Will take the claim as well, and you can't see its form going backwards, can you?
No, definitely not. We mentioned Benito and Fly Tego at the start, obviously going very well for David Harrison, but another horse as well that's hard to put the knock on is Wooloobar for trainer Daniel Morton. Sean O'Donnell to ride as well, and it's been very consistent.
Yeah, drifted in the market last start and was caught 3 wide, but just fought back and almost got the chocolates. What a plan. It was really only beaten because of perfect ride by Lucy Warwick. So, look, Sean O'Donnell on, that's always a positive. You can't rule it out.
Again, we mentioned that Battle Hero is just going to be very hard to beat. That is very obvious when you look at the stats in the replay. So focusing on some of the lighter weight chances, which one do you prefer out of Chorus Boy and Hold Your Tongue?
I'm going with Chorus Boy. This horse has beaten Hiyoshi home and carrying more weight than it was, well, for this race. So 51 kilograms, career low by 2 kilograms, drawn incredibly well. And Chorus Boy could be the knockout at huge odds.
Well, let's take a look at selections then. I'm going to be tipping number 4, Flight Ego, from number 6, Battle Hero, number 2, Petrol Power, and number 5 in Woolabar.
I'm 6, Battle Hero on top from 3, Benito, number 5, Woolabar, and the 9, Chorus Boy.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is Australia race number 13 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 2,200 metres. And as you mentioned when we started the show, Adam Durrant looks to have a very big day, and he's got the 2 that I think they have to beat in this race.
Yeah, it looks like he owns every house on the street with this one, with the 1, Pants on Fryer, and 5, Corralabek. Both progressive gallopers, as we know. Well, Corralabek has probably a bit more to prove, but certainly looks well placed in this race.
One last startup in Jarrah by 2 lengths. Another really good ride by William Pike, who will stay on board again. So we'll take a look at that replay first.
Dropped out last, Bonsignor. Mystic Dusted made that move, swept up, went to the lead. Now Kansas, Sir Dandy running on, and Corralabek's into the clear. Immense battling away further back, Salvage. Here comes Corralabek with 150 left to go. It loomed up to Sir Dandy. Corralabek's going by far the better, though. Surges to the lead, pulls away, and a treble for Pike as Corralabek extends. And
just got better and better as that race went on and comes into this. Although from a wide barrier, Pike will be able to position this in a good position, and this horse is progressive.
The stablemate Pants on Fryer have so much time for him, with the claim carries just the 56 kilos. Recently scratched, and that was because of the soft conditions. They just decided this horse cannot run on those conditions. Waited for the perfect day. It might be Saturday.
Yeah, look, there is scheduled to be a little bit of rain coming, but I wouldn't bank on that, and not enough to stop Pants on Fryer. This horse is a 2,000 and beyond galloper. It's only raced at the 1,600 this campaign, so certainly looking at its peak run.
I thought number 6, the Lady's Choice, although the form lines I don't think match Durrant's this race, it's a horse that you just know is going to be very consistent. 3 kilo claim, carries just a 53.5. Obviously beat State Form, which won on Wednesday at Belmont Park as well, and there was only behind Cougar Express by a half length.
Yeah, I think it's in a sweet vein of form at the moment, but look, it will be drawn back, but the claim of Shelby Botel brings it back into calculations. I've got a feeling in my guts I don't like it this weekend.
What about number 7, Top of the Wazza? Jason Whiting said step up in distance. Sadly, he was away on holiday. Troy Turner took the ride. They stepped up in distance and got the chocolates.
Yeah, look, this horse has always had a knock on it. It only won 1 race from its, 22 starts. Came into that event, won its second, and I don't think that was a coincidence that it was up at that distance. I think this horse can legitimately stay and must be considered.
Let's take a look at selections then for race number 7. I'm going to be tipping number 1, Pants on Fryer, from number 5, Corralabek, number 6, the Lady's Choice, and at number 12, Master Robson.
I'm 1, Pants on Fryer, from 5, Corralabek, number 7, Top of the Wazza, and the 8, Abibi.
Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It is Australia race number 14 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 1,650 metres, and although we've got some cracking races throughout, I'm really looking forward to this final one of the day.
There's about 4 horses in this race that represent huge chances, and they all have their lurks, and they all will be in probably a different position in running, so I'm really looking forward to assessing those. But the 1, Badamajo, look, it was very unlucky last start. I thought it was a great ride by Sean O'Donnell, but Aaron Mitchell will take the ride today.
Let's take a look at that last run. Obviously just beaten by Halo Express first up.
Went around them. Already Famous got a great run on the inside. Street Bandit there in the middle is tracking Halo Express. The director flat to the floorboards. Don't like it whatsoever. Halo Express at the 200 headed off Badamajo, who's kicking, and they're 3 lengths in front of Street Bandit. Halo Express down to the 100. A half a length on Badamajo, fighting tooth and nail. Pike has to work, but he's going to muscle at home again, Halo Express. Halo Express a half a length, but damage.
It was a great ride by Sean O'Donnell. He rated that speed perfectly in difficult conditions and almost got the job done, and Badamajo fought back late.
Number 2 coming back is in very good form at the moment. That will be said, that is over the 1,400 metres, but the 1,650 does look ideal. The one thing, and I don't know if this has changed your tips at all, William Pike does hop off. He'll be riding Van Ripper, Glenn Smith to ride, but Glenn Smith rode this horse perfectly 2 starts ago.
Yeah, I think this is probably more about honouring Glenn Smith, because he did nothing wrong to get that victory. And look, they probably gave Pike the option, but if he was nonplussed, then I'm sure they were more than happy to get Glenn Smith on board.
Well, what about the one that Pike is on there, number 13, Van Ripper? Put a line through it last start. I know it still finished 4th and only 1 length behind the winner, but it is a horse that needs to be ridden cold. It needs a crack at them late and show that turn of foot.
Yeah, look, it went forward last start, as you mentioned, and it just didn't really work out for this galloper. So I think from the barrier where it's at, and William Pike on board, is some major positives. This horse still hasn't placed above 1,400 metres though, but picks up a handy 2.5 kilograms versus coming back.
And number 12, the forgotten one here for trainer Adam Durant, Peter Nuckett. It was scratched at Northam on Thursday, so they obviously have a fair bit of confidence that they can certainly mix it with these in this card. And I thought from that win over the 1,500 metres, the way it attacked the line, again, it certainly has to be in consideration.
Yeah, look, I kind of left it alone last start. I wasn't convinced of the form lines, but the way it really strode out, I was super impressed by this. This horse is on the rise and 54.5 kilograms, wide barrier. I think it put itself into every opportunity if it gets into a 3-wide line.
Well, let's take a look at selections then for the final race of the day. I'm going to be tipping number 2 coming back from number 13 Van Ripper, number 1 Badamajo, and number 12 the forgotten one.
Same 4 as you, but different order with the 13 Van Ripper on top from 2 coming back, number 12 the forgotten one, and the 1 Badamajo.
Well, that brings us to the end of box seat, so it is time now to take a look at the best bets for the card, and I'm going to be tipping a race 1, number 1 Kiora Orakudu, and race 4, number 11 Secret Mix. So going with the Durant flavour.
I'm going head to head with you with race 1, number 2 See Me Sizzle, and hoping for the double with race 2, number 2 Bombs Away, and buying you a new pair of pants.
I think what we need to do there is just go with the exacta, then we'll put those money towards an outfit for me for box seat next week. Of course, you can follow us on social media at Perth Racing on Twitter and perthracing.com.au, especially as we start getting closer to Ascot. Plenty of events are on the website.
Yeah, that's right. We build to this, our spring/summer carnival. It's getting very exciting, so make sure you stay tuned.
Hopefully we found you a couple of winners throughout this program. We'll be back again next week with another edition of Box Seat.